Hi. Okay, so what I want to do today is kind of imitate Panacea81, who does some fabulous looks, and I'm not claiming to be as good as her or anything like that, so don't take it that way, but I just wanted to try to use the Sharkskin shade stick that she always uses and then use minerals over it and just see how it turned out. Now, I've been kind of playing around already today, and I had some of the greens that showed up the best. But there are a lot of colors that don't really work out that well over the shade stick. Either you can see the shade stick through them or it changes the color in a bad way. So I finally settled on these colors. So I'm going to try to show you how I did this. And okay, so it's going to be an adventure. I have the MAC shade stick in Sharkskin. Thank you, Christy. She gave this to me as a gift. So what I'm going to do is just try to do what Panacea does. And usually she starts by just kind of rolling it between her hands like this to warm it up. And I probably haven't done that long enough. But, then I'm just going to try to put it on. You want to be careful with it because it's really hard to remove. So if you kind of really mess it up, you might have to get in there with some eye makeup remover and stuff. So the little mirror is not the best thing for this. You might just want to look into the mirror and then kind of pull your eye a little bit, especially if you didn't quite soften it up enough. Okay, really. Okay. And she does a really good job of demonstrating, like, getting the right kind of shape. My shape here is a little jagged. The edges do blend out when you have the pigments or minerals or whatever you're using on. I kind of smudged out right after I did it, but I was getting bald spots when I was trying to do this before, so I think that's roughly the shape I'm looking for. Alright. Okay, so one thing that I discovered in doing my little hand test is that my Pure Luxe color, this is Sour Apple, came out really vibrant. So I'm going to start with the Pure Luxe color, and this is Shameless, and it's a really bright blue. And I have a lot on the brush, more than I would if I were going to just put it on the way I usually do. And I'm using the small tapered shadow brush, and I find that you really need to pack it on there for it to show up at all. So don't be skimpy. You really gotta get it packed on there. Try to blend it in a little. But don't blend it in too much when you're patting it on, because I find that kind of just, the Sharkskin kind of absorbs it, and then you don't have any vibrant color left. Okay. That's pretty good. I think looking at yourself in the big mirror maybe is very helpful, because it's hard to tell how you're doing. Okay, that's pretty good. The next color I'm going to use is Sundress, and this looks yellow in the pot, but as soon as you put it over the Sharkskin, it turns green. So, and not just kind of green, but really green. So all the yellow goes away. Ooh, and I'm making a mess. And I'm just kind of blending it into the Shameless a little bit. Okay, there you go. Okay, now the next color I'm going to use is Lust, and this is a really pretty silver color. If you don't have this Platinum Gossamer, it looks really similar. It's this one right here. So you could use that instead. Okay. And if you just kind of pat and blend them together that way, they really do blend nicely into each other. And it's really vibrant over the shade stick, but Lust is kind of sheer just if it's on your bare skin. So I'm going to take a little bit of Lust and go just above where I just was and use it kind of like as the highlight color. Get a little more on that side. Got a little more on this side than that side, but that's all right. It is a little hard to blend out the line where the Sharkskin is, so you might just have to work at that for a little while. Okay. Okay, and the liner color I'm going to use is Ell-if-I-know from the Laughing Out Loud 3 collection. And it's good because it's a really vibrant blue, and I'm just wet lining with it. And it's kind of like a tealy color, so it goes well with the blue greens that I have on. And this is just my usual kind of lining mix of eye drops and the liner shadow. So it does show up over the Sharkskin, which I think is probably good to know. I really had to test all these colors, and I did my eye with colors that I thought that would work, like Meow, which is really glittery, and Chameleon, which is a really pretty blue-green. And the Chameleon barely showed up at all. The Meow did show up, and that would be a good one to use over the shade stick. And then I was going to use the Genuine Jade Body Glimmer on the inner part, and it just totally looked weird. So you might just have to play around, and that's a good way to do it. Just make stripes on your hand and then test the colors you want to use over it, so that you make sure you have a color that's strong enough to actually show up on top of the shade stick. So that's my advice after just playing with it, but this is my second time using this, so I hope that's helpful to somebody. Thanks for watching.